Hi everyone, it's Ray here. I think it's high time for an update. First of all, the baby was born on August 17th, so just about 2 weeks ago. It'll be tomorrow, 2 weeks. Um, and actually, it seems like the time has just flown by. Um, so the baby and Air and their family are on their way back to Chicago right now, and I have some quiet time, and I thought I would hop on and share with you what's going on. So the birth was really beautiful. I'm planning on posting that video soon. It requires a lot of editing. um, because it was a 13-hour birth, and we weren't videoing the whole time, but we were videoing a lot. There was a lot of continuous videoing because, you're never really sure when things are going to start to happen. And so I've been going through and kind of chopping it up, basically cutting out a lot of things that were just, me in labor. I tried to keep in a lot of the parts where there were conversations happening so that it could kind of give people a bigger picture of the whole story. And I don't know, I just thought that was kind of cool. It makes the video really long, but I figure people can fast forward if they want to, whatever. But yeah, I'm excited that to have that a video of the entire birth that I can share. And yeah, it's just been quite a lot. I haven't gotten a full night of sleep because I'm still, even though last week my milk supply was coming in enough that I could pump and save enough during the day, and we got ahead so that Air could have the baby at nighttime. So that really helped me get more sleep. And then, but I was still getting up to pump in the middle of the night. So, not getting, the uninterrupted 7 or 8 hours definitely takes its toll. And this is one of the things that I remember from when my children were small, is just the lack of consistent sleep. So I am looking forward to getting back to a full night of sleep, hoping that I can skip one of my pumping sessions in the night to make that a little bit easier. But anyway, yeah, a lot of people. I went to an event at my work last night. There was a sort of a dinner for all the people who work at the school, and lots of questions about, now that the baby's here, do you still feel okay about, the baby going to live with Air, and like, aren't you gonna miss the baby, and all of these things. And I'm like, it's just so interesting hearing those questions and thinking like, no, I mean, it's really fascinating being in this position where there's this tiny human being that I love, because of course, like, who isn't gonna love this baby? They're so beautiful and amazing, and at the same time, that doesn't mean that I need to like have the baby around all the time, or take care of the baby all the time, or anything like that. That's not what love means to me. So yeah, it's just, and so I'm like, I'm kind of, uh, in a way, looking forward to the baby going to be with Air because, you know, uh, they're eager to get back home and get into their routine. And, um, you know, the there's a whole bunch of family members in Chicago that are excited to meet the baby. And, this part of the journey is this part. And I have certainly enjoyed it. I mean, I have definitely missed um, taking care of babies. That's one thing that I noticed, um, especially because I'm taking a class actually online about infant care, and there are lots of videos that we watch, classrooms with babies playing, and I just find myself so excited to watch these videos. And I'm like, wow, I really kind of miss working with babies. Um, and I really enjoyed, nursing Emery and holding Emery and all of those things, just like watching them play as much as they can at this age. Um, and I thought, this is really uh, a beautiful age, and I really like the idea of taking care of babies. So, the way I think about it as a caregiver, and maybe it's because I am a caregiver and I've been taking care of kids for years, like, since my brother was born when I was 10, um, I've been taking care of other people's children. And so for me, like, nursing the baby, taking care of the baby, even though, yes, the baby is biologically related to me, I was still thinking about Emery as someone else's child, in terms of who is going to raise this child, who has the responsibility of being the parent. I didn't feel the weight of that responsibility. I felt the kind of responsibility that you feel when you're taking care of other people's children, which is still a loving relationship. It's still a caregiving relationship. It's just a little different. And so, yeah, I felt like a really long kind of like babysitting journey. I've heard another surrogate online refer to it as like a 9-month babysitting thing. And she was talking about the pregnancy itself, where you're kind of sitting on an egg, And that is part of it. And the birth is another part of it. And then there's afterwards. And I think what we did is pretty rare. I don't know of a lot of surrogates who nurse their babies and all of that. But I can say that part of the reason why we did that is so that I could heal faster. And it's been almost 2 weeks, and I'm like, I feel like I'm almost fully recovered. I'm not going to push it because I know that trying to do too much before I'm really ready is a mistake and it's going to set me back. But I do think that because the baby was here and because I was nursing and I had so much support from Kristen and Air that I recovered more quickly than I would have otherwise. So I can highly recommend that. But I can't say that everyone is the same as me. Like, I have a unique perspective and a unique understanding of caregiving and my relationship with children. So it's possible that other people in my position might have the baby and then suddenly feel like, oh my gosh, how am I going to let this baby go? I want to keep this baby, because they get attached to the baby in that way. And, I'm sure that a lot of people might experience that. I just don't. And it's interesting because the fact that that amazes people or surprises people kind of makes me question myself. Like, is there something wrong with me? Am I like crazy? But I don't think so. I think that everyone's different, and I think that people like me exist for a reason. And, if I am unique in this way, then that means that I am a person who can do this for someone, and not everybody can. It's like, people with certain skills can accomplish certain tasks that only they can do because they have a gift. And so maybe that's just a gift that I have, that I can make and carry and give birth to a baby, and then say, here you go, the baby's yours. And that's okay if it's just me and like a handful of people. I'm sure I'm not the only one who can do this. But yeah, so I am very excited to have this part of the journey accomplished. And Aaron and his family are going to be coming back at Thanksgiving, because my children may actually be more upset about Emery leaving than I am. They didn't seem particularly upset, but I did ask Air to take Emery down to see them. They're staying with their dad this week, and just to say goodbye. So he did do that, and I wasn't there, so I didn't get to see how that was. But yeah, my kids were already talking about, when do we get to see Emery again, and when do we get to go to Chicago? So yeah, we're definitely thinking about ways to, keep the connection. And obviously we have video chat and texting and all of those things to keep in touch. So yeah, I'm feeling very accomplished that this part of the task is done, that I've given birth to the baby and fed the baby, and I'm producing lots of milk for the baby. And yeah, we'll see how it goes from here. And I hope that you all will enjoy the birth video when I post it. If you haven't subscribed already, if you subscribe and click the little bell, it will notify you when I post that video. It's going to probably be a few days at least before I get it fully edited and uploaded. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's been following along, and as always, feel free to ask questions in the comments. I do have more videos planned, just informational videos about surrogacy, so hopefully I'll get to those in the coming months. And yeah, have a great day.